Own your subconscious mind. Take full ownership of your subconscious mind. It's part of you. It's natural. It's the other half of your consciousness. It is the repository of your unremembered dreams. It is your impulses. It is the great beyond as far as your mind is concerned. Are you going to constantly run away from this and refuse to tap its unlimited power? Or are you going to own it, warts and all? Taking ownership means refusing to be afraid. There are many things collected by your subconscious mind that you would rather not look at. This may be childhood trauma. This may be sick, twisted, and embarrassing thoughts that you may have. You must overcome your repulsion to these things when you take ownership of your subconscious mind because it is part of you. That fact is not going to go away. This is part of you. And if you want to change something, or change its direction, or make it work towards a better outcome, you must first claim ownership and stop fearing. Taking ownership of your subconscious mind means refusing to feel guilty. If you emotionally beat yourself regularly, please understand that this is not just some free-floating anxiety. It's not just something that enters your mind because your brain has nothing else better to do. This comes from somewhere. It has a cause. It is not random. When you take ownership of your subconscious mind, you can start refusing to feel guilty. Feeling guilty is a choice. When you feel remorse or regret about certain things that happened in the past or choices that you've made, those are your interpretations of those facts. You can choose to learn from them and move on, or you can choose to beat yourself up emotionally over and over again. It's your choice. Guilt is an emotional interpretation. When you take full ownership of your subconscious, you quickly realize that this is going on. You quickly understand that there are better options out there. Guilt, remorse, regret, as powerful as they may be, can hold you back and drag you down. Wouldn't it be better to learn from them and use them the way they were intended? These emotions feel bad because they're intended to teach us a lesson. If anything, we're supposed to use them as motivation to make better decisions in the future. When you take ownership, you allow yourself to do this. You allow yourself to be curious again because now you could look at how you've been coping and try to come up with an alternative. If you've been racked by guilt because you disappointed your parents for over 30 years, your curiosity might lead to a different interpretation or, better yet, a different coping mechanism, but none of this is going to happen if you continue to stay where you are. If you continue to refuse to take ownership, you will suffer the same results as before. The bottom line is whatever negative consequences of your actions you're feeling, they arise primarily from your refusal to take ownership of these emotions. They're coping mechanisms. You can choose to cope in different ways. You are not stuck with the way you've done things for years. It may seem like it, but you actually have a lot more control and a lot more say over your situation than you care to realize. Take ownership. Learn to explore your subconscious mind. Start a journal and explore the things that you fear. Explore how you normally respond to this fear. Please understand that you are looking at circumstantial evidence. In other words, for you to know if the world is really round, it's not like you can put yourself in a rocket, shoot yourself thousands of miles up into the atmosphere, and then verify once and for all that the Earth is round. The simpler and more practical way to do it is to wait for the next eclipse. When you see the eclipse, then you know exactly that the Earth's shadow is round. The same applies to your subconscious. There are many ways to explore it, and believe me, a lot of them are very, very hard. The easiest way to do it is through just circumstantial evidence. Pay close attention to what you are afraid of. You can't quite find a rational reason why you are afraid of certain things. That is your subconscious mind speaking to you. Pay close attention to this. List these out. Come up with a collection of these and then pay attention to the things that you're guilty of or you feel remorseful about. Look at all the negative emotions you have and then pay close attention to them. Catalog them because they start giving you a snapshot of your subconscious mind. Learn to map out your intuition. Have you ever noticed that in certain situations, you tend to say the right things at the right time to produce the right results with the right people? A lot of the times, this is not due to your prior training. A lot of the times, this is not because you were groomed to do that kind of thing. Instead, it just came out of you. Well, that is your subconscious mind as well, because intuition is a big part of your subconscious mind. Map that out. Become fully aware of that. Wrap your mind around it. Take ownership of it. This is not a scary thing. A lot of people think that this is some sort of scene from The Exorcist or some horror movie. In fact, judging by how some people talk about this situation, it's as if they're describing that scene in the movie Alien, where the alien punches a hole through some guy's chest as people were operating on the guy. Really grotesque, really sad, and really distorted. Because your subconscious mind is beautiful. Don't be afraid of the beauty of your subconscious mind. Let's get real. A lot of your nightmares come from your subconscious mind because this is the area that you really can't control. So a lot of your desires, a lot of your perversions, a lot of your twisted logic, and all that other mental debris, you try to segregate unconsciously into your subconscious mind. So it's kind of like a dumping ground for half-baked, unformed thoughts and frustrated wishes. But just like any garbage dump can be located near a beautiful park or a wide-open, green field right under a beautiful, wide-open, blue, endless sky, your subconscious mind can be a thing of beauty. So don't just focus on the things that you'd rather run away from or are embarrassed about. Focus on the whole picture. Learn to live in your subconscious mind. Learn to appreciate the things in your subconscious mind and be comfortable in it, because this is the key to taking control over it. If there are certain things that you're guilty about, confront them. Look at them straight in the eye. Did this really happen? And is this a reasonable reaction? You'd be surprised as to how many twisted, painful, tortured memories in your subconscious can be dealt with once and for all if you were just adult enough to stand up to them.